Yo, this is Jay from Straight Smoke Gaming, and in today's video, we are bringing you another Thursday Night Football Madden Builds Us a Parlay. This week, we have the Vikings at the Rams. Before we get into that, let's take a look at last week. Last week, not a good parlay. Nothing hit in the parlay. The Saints played bad. Spencer Rattler got pulled, and because of how bad the Saints played, Bo Nix did not have to throw the ball much. So, we're looking to bounce back this week. Like I was saying, we have the Vikings at the Rams. Puka Nacua is healthy. Cooper Kupp is healthy as well. So the Rams are getting some key pieces back. TJ Hawkinson is getting close to returning, but he is still, unfortunately, out for the Vikings. But let's go ahead and see how the sim does. So if you're a guy who likes money line or spread, you're going to want to pick the Minnesota Vikings as they end up winning 17-3. That's a 2-score victory. We don't do money line and spread. We do prize picks. So with that being said, we're going to go ahead and take a look at some player stats and see how they do. Starting off with Sam Darnold. Sam Darnold, he throws for 168 yards, 2 touchdowns, no interceptions, only completes 57% of his passes. So not a really good game. He doesn't throw for 200 yards, doesn't complete 60% of passes, but he does get in the end zone twice, and his team ultimately ends up winning. So, hey, if you're a Vikings fan, I would imagine you could live with that. Matt Stafford, he throws for 123, 57 completion percentage, no touchdowns, no picks. Rough game for Stafford in the return of Puka Nacua and Cooper Kupp. Obviously, you'd like to see him get into the end zone. You would like for him to hit at least 200 yards, and you would like for that completion percentage to be at least 60%. So really, nothing really goes good for Matthew Stafford according to the simulation. The only positive to it, I guess, is he doesn't turn the ball over, so he doesn't really do anything to help his team win, but he also doesn't really do anything to help his team make his team lose. Rushing-wise, you got Aaron Jones, 16 attempts, 59 yards, no touchdowns, no fumbles, averaging less than 4 yards a carry. Obviously, you'd like to get in the end zone, and you would like to have closer to a 4 yards per carry average. So, not the best game for Aaron Jones, not the worst game, but hey, if you get the win in the NFL, to be honest, that's really all that matters. Kyrie Williams, 11 attempts, 45 yards. He averages 4 yards a carry, no touchdowns, no fumbles. If Kyrie Williams is going to average 4 yards a carry against this good Vikings defense, I would hope you're going to give him more than 11 attempts. But hey, if they're losing, that kind of might phase the run game out of the game plan. And then down there we have quarterbacks rushing. Matt Stafford rushes for 25 yards. He runs 7 times. I do not see that happening. Matt Stafford is old and he is not mobile. He really was honestly never mobile. And Sam Darnold, he puts another 13 yards up on the ground. Taking a look at receiving, starting with the Rams, Cooper Kupp in his return, 6 receptions, 75 yards, no touchdowns. Those are good receptions and good yards. You would like to get into the end zone, obviously. I don't know if that's from wide receiver play or quarterback play, but honestly, pretty good game for Kupp in his first game back going against the Vikings defense. Next up, we have Demarcus Robinson, 3 receptions, 30 yards, no touchdowns. Not bad for a guy that was like a wide receiver. He was honestly the wide receiver 1 in the absence of Kupp and Puka. With them coming back, that kind of bumps everyone down, which now makes him the wide receiver 3. Honestly, if you could get 3 receptions for 30 yards from a wide receiver 3, I wouldn't say that's that bad, especially with someone who likes Kupp and Puka as much as Stafford does. Kyrie Williams, 2 receptions, 8 yards, and Parkinson, 1 reception for 10 yards. Parkinson's kind of boom or bust, so that's kind of interesting to see that they're saying he's not going to have a good game. Another interesting thing is Puka Nacua does not have any receptions, no targets. He was active in this game. I made sure to make him active for the sim, but they just didn't use him. I don't know what the reasoning was. Jordan Addison, 4 receptions, 64 yards, no touchdowns. A little bit interesting to see Jordan Addison up there above Justin Jefferson in yards and receptions. So that'll be something to watch out for. Maybe it'll be a weak game for Jefferson because in the simulation, 3 receptions, 25 yards, and no touchdowns. Not really a good game for Jefferson. But hey, they have a loaded offense, to be honest, with Justin Jefferson, Jordan Addison, Aaron Jones as your 3 main people. That's not a bad offense. Trent Sherfield, didn't even know he was a Viking, but he gets 3 receptions, 60 yards, and 2 touchdowns. If I'm being honest with you, I don't think he will get used. I think that's probably a better line for Naylor, the other wide receiver they have. I could see it being more realistic for him to get that line as opposed to Sherfield. And then Johnny Munt, 1 reception, 13 yards. Aaron Jones down there, 1 reception for 6 yards. Not much from those guys. This is what ended up coming up for the parlay. We're going to take the over on Cooper Kupp's receiving yards. We're going to be taking the over on Jordan Addison's receiving yards. And for the final leg of the parlay, we are going to be taking the over on Sam Darnold's pass touchdowns. Let's go ahead and get a more clear. We'll talk about the yardage here. Cooper Kupp to hit this is going to need 71 yards. First game back, Stafford loves him. I wouldn't be surprised if he goes over that, especially because the Vikings' run defense is better than the pass defense. Jordan Addison over 44.5 receiving yards. The Rams' defense is just not good in general. So I think that could be easy. And Sam Darnold, over 1.5 touchdowns. So he needs to get 2 passing touchdowns. He's been averaging that in the last 5 games. He averages 2 passing touchdowns. So I wouldn't be surprised there. And ultimately, we would be spending $10 to win 45. Our season total winnings is at $40 right now. I will say this again, as I say in every video. The point of this video, this series, is to see if we can make back the money that we spend on Madden for paying the $70 copy and paste game every single year that EA gives us. So I just thought this would be a cool way to see if we could build back some money. As right now, we are up $40, but we are not up that full $70 that it does cost for the game. But when it comes to this video, that's all we got. So if you enjoyed, please remember to like and sub for more Madden content, and we'll see you in the next video. Bye, guys.